In times like these, when leadership feels heavy and people, they're stretched thin and uncertainty is the norm, we have to ask deeper questions. What kind of leadership actually sustains people and the mission at the same time? Today, we're talking about agape love. And before you start checking out, this isn't about Christianese terms, it's about a way of showing up. Agape is a Greek word often used in Christian theology to describe unconditional, selfless giving love. And at its core, agape, it's a choice. The choice to act for the good of others, even when it costs you something. And that choice shows up in leadership every single day. In practical terms, agape love looks like people-centered leadership rooted in humility. It's leading with dignity. It's making decisions that actually honor humanity and responsibility. It's holding space for people while still holding the line for excellence. Let's be clear. Agape love is not enabling poor performance. It's not avoiding accountability. And it's not sacrificing standards in the name of being nice. Agape love is leading with courage, clarity, and care all at the same time. It's having the hard conversations with respect. It's making the tough call with integrity. It's choosing compassion without losing discernment or wisdom. And this kind of leadership, it matters more than ever today. We are leading in a season marked by grief, burnout, fear, moral tension, and deep uncertainty. People are tired, trust feels fragile, and many leaders are carrying weight that they were never trained to carry. So we're talking about agape love. It becomes significant in times like these because stabilizing leadership when systems feel shaky, it reminds us that people are not disposable and neither is your purpose. It calls leaders to slow down, think deeper, and lead in a way that doesn't just get results, but it actually sustains lives. So whether you come from faith, philosophy, lived experience, or simply a desire to lead well, this conversation is for you too, because leadership in uncertain times requires more than strategy. It requires how we choose to show up. Strong leaders in this season. Leadership is influence. It's rooted in the responsibility you take. You pay attention to the patterns. Your calm, your strength, your hope, it's all integrated. We are living in a time where trust is fragile and people are watching not just what leaders say, but how they decide. Integrity is not optional anymore. Obedience is going to cost you. In this season, we're not just flipping adversity, we're forming leaders who can carry what comes next. Leaders from across all dimensions of fields and spaces, they're going to come together to give you the best of their wisdom. And I want you to leave each episode with a call to action. That's the work, that's the calling, and that's the conversation we're stepping into together. Hello, and welcome to the flip side of adversity. I'm so excited about this conversation. Now, you may recall during our holiday break, I gave you a little snippet with our guest, and you got a few minutes, but I promised you that I was going to ask her to come back and do a full episode. Well, it is tonight. Let me tell you a little bit about her, and then we're going to jump into a conversation about agape love and leadership and how it's connected to business and how it leads to transformation. So let me tell you about Dr. Nia Imani Bailey. She is a proud West Philadelphia native whose life's work is rooted in service, advocacy, and advancing equity at the intersection of healthcare, education, and community. With more than a decade of experience as a radiation therapist and lived experience as a lupus patient carrying the BCL6 cancer gene, she brings both clinical expertise and personal insight to her leadership, research, and storytelling. A policymaker, an author, a documentarian, and the president of the Bird Cancer Education and Advocacy Foundation, Dr. Bailey continues to transform personal purpose into powerful action that creates access, compassion, and hope. Welcome to the flip side of adversity, Dr. Nia Imani Bailey. Yes,
Yay!
and the crowd goes wild.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
I'm like, who's she reading? Who's this?
you know, and that was just a snippet. I had to shrink it down because that your whole bio would have taken up most of the show. So I wanted to get into a conversation with it, so I had to keep it short. But yes, you, all of you, thank you for your yes. Thank you for your yes.
Thank you.
And I love the topic you've chosen for this conversation. I've shared with everyone, I'm going to have 47 leaders in year 5 of the show having authentic conversations around leadership. And you chose agape love.
Had to.
Unpack for me when you talk about agape love, because we talked about this off air, that not all of my listeners are Christians. And oftentimes we talk about agape love in the context of Christian theology. But you've pulled it out, you've pulled it out in connection to leadership and business. So help me unpack the connection between the two.
That's so deep. My grandmother helped me realize the connection at such a young age. She always, even before she passed away, she kept talking about agape love. And she made it so simple, so simplistic. Just love. It's action. It's the way that God has loved us, and he wants us to love other people. I mean, don't you want to be loved? Don't you? If you're on hard times, don't you want somebody to help you? It's like so simple, so simplistic. And I use that in what I do. So being as a radiation therapist treating cancer patients, I mean, you don't want to always hear what you're going through. Oh, you have cancer. Oh, you have cancer. You have cancer. No. What's going on? What you doing today? How's your husband? How's your grandchild? You know, just talking to them. You're not talking to their disease, although you're treating them, but there's so much more than that. And that's what love is. You're seeing the person for who they are. You know, the other organization that I have is called Agape. I'm helping those who are unhoused. People who are unhoused, sometimes it's like on the street. When was the last time that they heard their name?
Yes.
When was the last time somebody saw them and saying, oh, just step right over, you know, I don't have time for you. No, none of that. So it's just showing that love. Hey, how are you? How you doing? Just that conversation. Are you hungry? What's going on? How can I help? So that's because she broke it down like that. And just by emphasizing God's love, Jesus' love, it was very easy for me to just make that sort of my life's mission, just to love, because it's so simple to me. And in everything that I do and everything that I am, I just have to show that.
And you speak of it as it being so simple. But in some respects, especially in the times that we are in now, it feels so complex. It feels, in some respects, so far out of reach. And I wanted to be able to really kind of sit with this conversation with those who come from the church and those who don't. So when I was researching agape, 3 things popped up when I put it in the context of, regardless of faith, what's the practicality of it? And so it came back, a Greek term for unconditional, self-giving love, a leadership posture, not just a belief system, and a choice, not just a feeling. So when you are thinking about this term agape love, you connected it to transformation. How have you seen it literally transform as a leader?
That's a great question.
She took a whole breath. She took a whole breath.
Almost needed my inhaler.
Yes.
I have seen it transform by pouring into others, and you're not doing it intentionally or purposefully. It's just in you. So for example, like I mentioned, one of my patients, and I'm just talking to her, and she said to me, and I know not all the listeners are Christian, but she said, "You're a Christian, right?" And we're not talking about, we're talking about cancer. She said, "You're a Christian." I said, "Yeah." She said, "I can tell by the way that you speak. I can tell like in your eyes." And I think that's how I present myself is how, in my heart's posture, is how my leadership style is.
Yes.
And what I have seen from that are people smile, people
smiling as you're talking about cancer. Like the conversations you're having aren't in easy spaces. I'm sorry, that I interrupted you, but I think about the context that you're having these conversations in.
Yeah.
So go ahead. You said you're noticing they're smiling.
You know how you can just look at somebody's eyes, and when their eyes smile, it's a glimmer. You can tell when people are tired. You can tell when people are sad. It's a glimmer in their eyes. It's sort of their shoulders relax a little bit. It's what you do as a leader to make somebody feel heard and seen, and just, I'm alive, you know? And in the context of what you said, it's a hard time.
Yeah.
But even so much so, that's why we have to do it.
Yeah.
Because we are called to do it. As a leader, you are called to lead. And this is how I want to lead. This by being love, by showing love.
So many people confuse the concept of leadership with control. And you're actually, in preparation, I read through the materials you sent over, you're talking about leadership in the context of surrender, which is so culturally counterintuitive. What has surrender in this form of leadership really helped you understand as a leader? How has surrender shaped you as a leader?
That's a great question. It's not about me. A leader, listen, if the dishwasher's down, we're washing the dishes together. That's what a leader does. And it has made me realize that it's not about me, it's about other people. And that's what it is.
The foundation of leadership.
Absolutely.
When I talk with people around leadership, actually today I was speaking in York, and I asked the room, if you're a leader, to stand up. And I literally had people pointing at other people in their row, like, she's talking to you, stand up, stand up. And I'm like, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, because we can conjure up this concept that when leaders or leadership is about that other person, when it's actually about the influence you hold. And when you boil it down to, we're all leaders, but it's, do you recognize that leadership is not just about a title? It's about how you're showing up and the influence that you are wielding as you impact others.
Right.
How has agape love shaped in your experience business? You've shared how it has shaped in medicine. How has it shaped your perspective on business?
It's sort of the secret weapon.
Okay.
I don't do it for that because it's in you, you know, but in business, people see something different. Why do I want to, donate to your nonprofit? Why do I want to purchase your children's books? Why do I want to do all those things? And in business, you want to create great relationships.
Yeah.
You want to network. And it's the secret sauce in that there's something in you that people want to just be with you, be connected to you. And it's that agape love that does that. It's not like, oh, I'm going to wake up in the morning and wear agape love and just walk around. No, it's something that's in you. And in doing business, people are like, okay, I want to do business with you.
There's a trust that they feel that they may not even be able to understand.
You can't put your finger on it, but it's something. We got to be connected. I don't know why, but we're going to do things together. And I've done that with other people. I'm not the only one that lives this, that breathes this. And you're like, I just I don't know what it is, but I got to stay connected to you. I have to support you in any way that I can. I have to work with you. And that's what that is.
The secret sauce. Why do you feel that seems so confusing for some people?
Because we live in a world that love is confusing. That unconditional, yes. You telling me no matter what, you still gonna love me? That doesn't make sense. That we talked offline. Jesus, you did what for me? Why? And so I think that's confusing for me. And although I'm so very appreciative, of course it's going to be confusing for other people. It just does not make sense for the expand of my mind for the, it doesn't make sense. So I understand why it doesn't make sense. And sometimes I don't understand it, but I have that discernment. And I know when I need to do something. And like you said, not having control. You don't have control per se with the diagnosis of cancer. You're out of control. I mean, what am I supposed to do? So I have to surrender. So what do I do while I'm surrendering?
Operate from a place of love.
That's the only thing I can do.
Which scientifically also is a healing place. Yeah.
They told my grandmother she had 2 weeks to live. She lived 7 years. And it's not to knock science, but she definitely had some joy and some love in her.
But it changes us from the inside out. And in the opening, I shared that this conversation around agape love is not just about releasing expectations or being naive or losing standards. It's about choosing as a leader who you are going to be in situations, regardless of what someone else is doing. And in a culture where things can feel so transactional, you're sharing with us to discern and decide who you're going to be and stay that.
Stand on it. That's what that's what the young people say, 10 toes down.
10 toes down.
You have to on it. It's not easy. Like I know it sounds flowery, like, oh, agape love, 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 love. It's not easy at all. You set yourself up like I want to be a certain way. I want to be set apart. And that helps with business. That helps personally. That's not easy all the time.
So what is your routine that helps level set you? Because what I'm hearing as I've spoken with leaders and I've encouraged them that you have to set intention around particular things. So if you are saying that I'm going to operate from agape love, I'm hearing you say you also have to set intention. So can you tell us a little bit about, so what is your routine? What are your rituals that help you center yourself in that way?
In the morning, when I first wake up, stay grounded. Thank you, God. That's for me. I'm not going straight to social media. I am thank you, because I did not have to wake up. Before I talk to anybody, I'm talking to him, because I don't know how my day is going to be. And so I'm setting my day. Before I get in the car, I listen to Bible in a Year. I'm in Genesis still. And that just sets my day. And it doesn't mean that my day is going to be flowery, because sometimes I laugh and say, didn't I just read Bible in a day? Or,
like, and what is this?
You fun, like, because really? But it sets that intention that, okay, life is not going to be perfect. Life is going to throw you curveballs, but I want you to stay focused. I have you on assignment, and this particular day, this particular hour, whatever, is setting you up for something else. Nia Imani Bailey, are you going to pass it? And if you don't, okay, I'll give you another test. You know, it's not like because he's given me 37 million tests, okay? But that's what I do. So I pray to God, I set that intention, I listen to his word, and then everything else sort of is fluid, but that's what I do. I set the intention with the Creator before I do anything else.
And embracing all of that routine and connecting that to an awareness that this day I have an assignment, that the day isn't just happening to me, but I've been assigned to the day to live it in a way that's going to reflect my purpose and my calling.
Absolutely. There was a pastor that he said, this is how you pray. He broke down the prayer, Our Father who art in heaven. And in that prayer, we are to pray for other people. It's not just, God, can you give me a man that looked like Michael B. Jordan? Can you it's to other people. You know, I know this person's going through a lot. Just all these things, and I can put little side, but be very intentional in that. And so that is the purpose.
Yeah.
You know?
Leadership that becomes about the people that I have been assigned to. And that's regardless of business, physician, entrepreneur. You're assigned here not just for you, but for a purpose to impact others. I found this quote about agape love. Agape love is the decision to lead with dignity, care, and responsibility, especially when it costs you something. In your description, you talk about really having to die to yourself in order to operate from this place. When I think about agape love, some elements: ethical decision-making, people-centered leadership, integrity under pressure, and long-term thinking versus short-term gain. Any of those, pick any of those. What's coming up for you?
Temporary decision, long-term gain, 100%. Because it's not, it already passed.
Right.
What is the future? What is the purpose? What is the point? And in what you said, my mom always tells me to operate in dignity, excellence, and grace. And that helps in business. That's the leadership secret sauce style. That's how you should lead as a person. And I think that is the essence also of agape love.
You have done so many profound, amazing things. And as I shared in your bio, you sit at the intersection of advocating and advancing equitable healthcare, education, and community. How do you define dignity?
Oh,
as a
Father,
leader.
you are great. Oh, you're good. How do I define dignity? Being able to hold your head up high in any decision that you make.
You know what? That resonates with me because last week, our first leader, Dr. Danny Martin, she said her mentor said, you need to be able to wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and say, hello, integrity. Right?
Help us to the cross, because what?
Right?
That is amazing.
But but it just echoes what you just said. Like, when I am making decisions, I can keep my head up and level because I know the place in which that decision came from. Connected to dignity.
And to be able to say too, like when they say Nia Imani Bailey and Christian, I don't want them to be like, she is? You sure?
That you are who you have said you are. When the camera is off, when the mic is muted, are you the same person?
A little bit crazier, but yeah. The West Philly version, but yes.
The West Philly version. So in business environments, talking about showing up authentically, are you the same person in each area? In business environments, we're often talking about being rewarded for performance, but the kind of love, integrity, ethical stance that you're connecting agape love to, how does agape love actually challenge traditional leadership norms in our culture?
Because it's not performative. I'm not putting on a face, okay?
Well, it's just that.
I mean, regardless, I'm respectful. So, I mean, I could be in any room. I can go to West Philly, to the Poppy store, hola, como está? I can be in the White House, but I'm still me. All of these versions of Nia is me. I'm not going to, it's important to know who you're talking to, but I'm not going to be fake. I am me regardless. And that heart posture, that grounding, that standard is agape love. It's different. It sets you apart. It doesn't make you better than. It just grounds you. Like, this is who you are. This is whose you are. And you are on an assignment to do something. So your assignment is the same. You need to stay grounded. So therefore, you need to be the same person, no matter what. No matter what.
The concept of being grounded in shaky times is so, it offers what feels like potential peace. As a leader, I'm wondering, those who are listening, how do you get grounded in a place of being solid about who you are? Have you always known who you were?
It's a journey. I'm still learning. Because every day I'm like, are you sure? No. But I think I know it started from birth. My name, Nia, means purpose. Imani means faith. So my parents set me up for that, and really pouring it. This is what your name means. And just pouring that into me and giving me, thank God for, great parents, and just setting me up for that, and just living as I get older, certain things I did not have to experience because I knew that I was on some sort of assignment. And discerning God's voice. And sometimes I didn't know it was God's voice, but I knew something just didn't feel right. I just needed to do something. But as I get older, and now that I'm 33, I understand that we all carry our own cross. And I'm not Jesus, but I know that he is my example. And I rest in his arms, and I know that even on shaky ground, I still need to be the person he has called me to be, because we're just passing through. This is very short. I'm trying to get to eternity. And at the end of it, I want him to say, well done. At the end of it, I want him to say that I used all of my gifts. So knowing my assignment, knowing my purpose is allowing me to stay grounded when it's shaky. It doesn't mean that I'm not crying. It doesn't mean that I'm over it. It doesn't mean that I'm like, God, listen, pick somebody else. But I'm able to stay grounded because of all of those things.
It's bigger than me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about me. And when I set intention, it allows me to, as you said, be a follower and surrender to a journey that I don't know all the moving pieces for, but I know I'm loved.
Yeah.
So therefore I can show up as love and offer that to others. Yeah. You really operate from that place in all of the intentional, missional kind of things that you do. You've done a documentary, you have multiple nonprofits, and still, a doctor on the side. That's just over here. This. Tell us about how you decide on what you invest your time in. Because I think about people today who are searching because they're losing touch with things that feel purposeful. How do you pick what you invest yourself into?
That's a great question. Curry Bailey always said, make your hobbies your career. So I knew that I loved people.
Mm-hmm.
And when my father was diagnosed with cancer, I had to be a radiation therapist because a radiation therapist helped him. Mm-hmm. My grandmother, who was my everything, all the teachings that she gave us, I wanted to give to other people. So the power of saying yes, my friend said, you should write a children's book. So I did. So I say all that to say the things that I absolutely love. I love to watch documentaries. So I did a documentary about breast cancer because I'm passionate about breast cancer. The things that I love, I tapped into that and was able to say yes to that. And it didn't necessarily feel like work, although it was work. Mm-hmm. I knew it was something that I had to do because I realized in that me loving people, that is my mission, that is my passion, that is my assignment. So for those who aren't sure, what is it that you love? What makes you smile? What, when you look in the mirror, you can say that you have integrity. Those are the things that you pursue because that is probably going to be your assignment.
Which feels interesting. I absolutely ascribe. I absolutely agree. People have heard me say in my own journey, coming out of a place of dark depression, when the light lifted, it was clear in my heart and in my mind, the message: you are to be love and light everywhere I send you. And that then has translated into even when I am like, I want to do that. That's not, you are to be love and light. And so picking things from that core place, when people are thinking about like purpose, oftentimes they're thinking about the money or how to monetize it. But you're saying, think about the anchor of love and the rest will come.
It will come. Because in my perspective and the love that I have for God, I know I will be sustained. I know that I'm not going to lack. I don't have to be a billionaire. I know that, thank God, there's going to be a roof over my head. There's going to be food in my stomach. I can lay my head on. I know that. So I will be on assignment, and I know that the rest of my needs and some of my wants will be met.
What's for you is for you. It won't miss you. I think there are those who will get a white knuckle grip on something and miss the greater thing because they believe that that's the only thing that's meant for them. When if we hold it loosely, the next opportunity that is bigger, that's grander, or that even looks initially different, but it's really still connected, you can begin to navigate the journey.
He knew me before I was born. He's orchestrating it. I saw this post where it was like, everybody made fun of Noah.
Yes, they did.
Noah, what in the world? We ain't see rain.
We have never seen rain.
But what did they do when it started raining?
Mm-hmm.
And then not even that. He told Noah to build an ark, but there was no sail, there was no GPS, so God orchestrated where the ark was going, and Noah had to trust that. Same thing. I have to trust it. He's telling me, Nia, stay on assignment. I'm going to orchestrate where you are. We're going to land. We're going to be on dry land. You're going to see that bird. And you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
I just have to not be so disobedient because when I am, he said, then you learn.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle. And I don't want people to think that everything, when you're on assignment, everything is easy.
Oh, Father.
But there is an element of when you are trying to stay in control of all of the moving pieces, that there's a level of exhaustion that comes with it. And elements or parts of being on assignment, it can be hard, but there is also a peace that comes with it as well.
That's so true. And at that level of exhaustion, that's when I surrender. Okay, you got it. Because I tried it all. I tried it. It didn't work. I surrender.
So you bring both a clinical expertise and lived experience as both a patient and an advocate. How has that kind of dual perspective deepened your authenticity as a leader and a decision maker?
It has made me more empathetic. It has made me believe. Sometimes you think people, they're not sick, or, they just need to drink some ginger ale, or, and it's like, no, people are really battling things. I really do have lupus. My joints really do swell. I do also have to navigate the healthcare system, which can be very frustrating. And as a leader, that makes you become that advocate. Okay, you didn't get that appointment. Let me navigate you to here. That doctor did not listen to you. Okay, let's go to another doctor. It makes you an effective listener, and it makes you a problem solver because you understand what it's like to be in pain and the insurance company is not approving your scan or all of those things. So because I am going through it, it makes me really want to make sure policies are changed, and it makes sure all of the things are done so that nobody has to experience the things that I've experienced.
Yeah. And historically, women of color have not experienced the same quality or type of care, especially when it comes to managing pain or really feeling heard. What would you say to a Black woman who's navigating the healthcare system?
You're not crazy. Call me. And although it's very exhausting, please continue to seek that answer. Because I probably had lupus since I was 16 years old, but I was diagnosed when I was 29, 30. So I understand that. I understand that frustrating piece. I understand, well, why didn't they just run this test? I had insurance. It didn't matter if I did or not, but I did. So I understand that piece of just, well, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm not swollen, even though, maybe. And I understand those frustrations. So I would tell that Black woman, keep going, keep fighting. I know it's exhausting, but you are going to get that result that not necessarily you want, but to prove that how you feel is real. And we're going to give you the help. And if you are too exhausted, get an advocate. That's why I said, call me, call whomever. Like your voice, you just feel tired. We'll pass that baton, have somebody fight for you so we can get that result. Keep going, Black woman.
Oh, are there circles or places that people can find that advocate?
Hmm.
Where can they go?
So at local hospitals, they can contact not social services. Social services. Specifically in the oncology space, there's always like Facebook groups. So, like,
Okay.
if you're a Black woman going through breast cancer, you can go to Touch Black Breast Cancer Alliance.
Mhm.
If you have, I don't know, pancreatic cancer, you can contact I think it's Pancreatic Action Network. So there's
Mhm.
groups where I'm tired, but there's always a cancer advocate that can
Mm.
not take the place, but speak up for you and ask questions you
Mhm.
may not think to ask,
Right.
and just show up for you, drive you, be those second pair of ears to hear those things. And there's always a group of people or one person that knows your story. We work with a company called Emmerman Angels, and they have mentors, meaning that they have people who have been through that same diagnosis at that same age, your same ethnicity, religion, like just all the things that sort of
Mhm.
pair you up, and so that they can be that voice for you.
And create a safer, at least a safer space
Mhm.
to be authentic, to share what you're really feeling so you're not carrying a weight for something that you were never meant to carry by yourself.
Amen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, so good. So when you are navigating, like balancing leadership in the space of compassion and
Mm.
boundaries, what does that look like? If I'm a leader and you're telling me to operate from this people centered love, this place of my love is not conditional on your behavior. How do you create a balance between compassion and boundaries?
Can I tell you something?
Oh, yes, please do.
I'm still learning.
Okay, fair enough.
I am. Because I feel like I can help everybody. I want to.
Mm,
And when it doesn't happen, I am devastated
mm,
that it doesn't happen.
mhm,
And I blame myself. Well,
mm,
what could I have done? I had a patient who was 10 years old that passed away.
mm.
And I remember
It's so
listening to
hard.
John P. Key, Standing in the Need of Prayer.
Mhm,
And I remember praying, Lord, please heal him.
mhm,
And I remember when he passed away, and I remember crying to my mom and saying, God didn't listen to me.
mm,
She said, babe, he did. He's
mhm,
healed. And I felt
mhm,
tricked. I said, I
mm.
meant for him to be healed on this side of
Right,
heaven.
right, on this side.
And so to your question, I overstepped a bit. Like I felt
Mhm,
like I thought I was God.
mhm. Realistic
Yeah,
expectations. Having compassion and realistic expectations.
I'm learning.
Yeah. And compassion not only for others but also for yourself.
Learning.
Mhm. Mhm.
Nipsey
Mhm.
Hussle said it's a marathon. It's hard.
Yeah.
I'm learning that.
Yeah. I think we all are. And especially as leaders, when we're navigating times in which we're full of uncertainty and there's burnout and there's moral tension, the the opportunity to overextend is always in front of us
Mhm.
because there are so many people who are wandering, who are lost, and the desire, the heart to want to let me help, let me guide,
Yes.
but recognizing um, boundaries are necessary,
Mhm.
realistic expectations are paramount. And as a leader, if I'm going to stay on my assignment,
Right.
I can't help everybody.
And that's hard for me. You're preaching to me. That's hard for me. That's hard. But you're
Yeah,
absolutely right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about the children's book.
Oh, all based on the love of my life, Lorraine Birdfields Latham. She said the only time you look down on someone is if you're extending a hand down to help them up. And so she taught my brother and I that we would walk past people who are unhoused, and she would say, "Praise the Lord." She would smile at them, and she would give them something to eat. She would pray to them. And so that's what my children's book are about, loosely based off of my grandmother. The one book is called Love Thy Neighbor, because that's exactly what she did. And it's about how she raised me. Oh, shout out to my mom and dad, because my mom gonna say raised.
Raised. I was
Where
there.
was
I was there.
To love other people and to see them for not their circumstance, but for who they are.
Yeah. Human beings are so much more than what they've been through or who they serve, the job that they have. So much more than just that. I love that concept that the only time you should be looking down at someone is that you're reaching there to help lift them up. There's a beautiful image.
It's there's a Black painter where I think the title of the painting is "He Ain't Heavy," and he's reaching down to help his brother up. It's the same concept. So I'm teaching children kindness, agape love.
Yes. In children's terms.
Yeah, it's so important, because the things that I was taught as a child, I continue to keep with me. Even when I'm like, Mom, but the older I get and the things that I go through, it's still instilled in me. And so that's my purpose. And the other is letters to my younger self. And so it's a Black little girl, chocolate little girl, smiling at herself. Or it's a boy with a prosthetic leg playing basketball. Because I want to teach children that your differences make you special and make you unique. And don't shy away from that. Somebody smiling with braces. You know, the things that, oh, you got this, or you're too dark skin, or just the things that sometimes life throws at you.
Yeah.
But use that as your superpower.
Well, when you talk about young people, I think about what they are seeing play out in front of them in this season and time. And as leaders, we have an ethical obligation to show them what true, authentic love, responsibility, respect, integrity, what all of those things are. Our young people are hungry for, they may not know it's integrity, but they're hungry for being 100.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. What do you say? You've told us about the books, but what do you say to young people who are so confused by what they're seeing play out in front of them?
That it's cool to have integrity. It's dope.
That's the whole thing right there.
It's dope to be honest. It's all these things are dope, are cool. Keep them 100, clock that T, whatever. It's amazing to stand on who you are and be who you are and be set aside from who you are. It feels a little different. You don't fit in with those friends because you're supposed to be set apart. And I know that feels uncomfortable. I know what that feels like.
They want so badly to fit in.
Yes, I get it. And it's okay that you're different. Your friends are different too. But that is what makes you so amazing. And I know sometimes it feels lonely. Trust me, I get it. But know that your uniqueness is what makes you dope. The reason why you love, I don't know, certain rappers or certain celebrities is because you see what you think you see in them, you see in yourself. Oh, that person's so cool. Oh, she's so beautiful. Well, you're so cool and so beautiful. You know? So that's what I would say to them.
Yeah. To not shy away from the thing that sets you apart. Yeah. Because I think back to what you also shared earlier, it may very well be the thing that will point you to the purpose and the impact that's already assigned to you. And what if we had those kinds of conversations with young people?
Transformative.
Right? Human beings at the base level truly just want to be seen at every age. And agape love leads you there.
Yeah. Seen, heard,
Mm-hmm.
and just, it's not judgmental, because I feel like young people, or just people, feel like if I come to you about something, you're going to, oh, you can't do hair. Oh, you can't. It's, tell me, what's going on? Anything. This is a judge-free. This is an inviting. This is a love. This is, tell me what's going on.
I think about being able to actually listen as a leader at every level. You just played it out for children, but you started our entire conversation by doing the very same thing to patients. And actually, without judgment, without shame, creating a space where people can share their heart, what they're believing, what they're afraid of, what they're struggling with, and understand that the person who's listening isn't going to shame them or shade them.
We all have a story. It's
We
like
all
that,
have a story.
the Instagram term, we listen and we don't judge. Because judge? You kidding me? I'm going to be judged one day.
Yes.
I'm going to judge you?
Yeah.
No.
But as a leader, that takes a level of humility.
Oh my goodness.
To be able to actually listen and stop the stories that are running through your head around how you would fix that, what they should do, but truly settle in and just listen and not worry so much about trying to fix them. But do you see them?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what makes you a great leader. And that's what makes people want to come to you, do business with you, have a conversation with you, refer people to you. And you're not doing it to be sneaky. You're not doing it to get clients. You're not doing it it's in you.
It's who you are. Are you clear on who you are so that you are grounded enough in that identity that it gives you the bandwidth to offer the same to someone else?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's another part of the secret sauce, staying grounded in Christ, and people wanting to do business with you. Secretly, I want them to say, who does she know?
There's something about. I love it. I love it. And I can't believe we are 7 minutes away from the end. And you said, you're how old?
33.
33. She got 2 books. She got multiple nonprofits. She's a doctor on the side and a documentarian. How can people follow you and stay connected to the work that you are doing?
Yes, they can go on my website. It's a long website, drniaimanibailey.com. Sorry. And that's Dr. Nia Imani Bailey on LinkedIn, Nia Imani on Facebook, Dr. Nia Imani on Instagram, and just stay connected with the Veirdre Cancer Foundation, Nia Bailey Books, Agape with feeding those who are unhoused, just all of the things.
All of the things. And as a leader, what's your closing statement?
Oh, you're good. My closing statement is, make sure you do the things that make you happy, because in doing the things that make you happy, you are then on assignment. Stay grounded, stay focused, and make sure your heart's posture is in agape love.
Yes, yes. And in that conversation, before we close out, I have been on this journey with I'm beginning to call it an organization. I've been moving in this direction, but girlfriend gatherings have been something that was born out of the pandemic and I ran from for a while. But this year, we're actually really leaning in and challenging women to really think about what brings you joy, what's the thing you've been putting on the back burner, what do you need support with, all in the middle of a season and time where everything is about scarcity. I want to, before we close out, share an opportunity because I am super excited about what's happening with Girlfriend Gathering this year. So take a look. A $5,000 grant, a pitch contest. This year, we are going to provide at the end of the 5 sessions a $5,000 grant. As you participate in the 5 sessions as an investment, you have to participate in at least 4 of the 5. I can't wait for you to engage with the women who will be a part of each of these conversations. But you only have 5 opportunities and you don't want to miss any of them. I don't want you to just show up. I want you to be ready to do the work. Imani Bailey reminded us that agape love, it's not soft, it's not passive, and it's not naive. It's actually courageous. It's disciplined. It's a daily choice to lead with integrity, humility, and care, especially when it could be easier to protect yourself, harden your heart, or lead from a place of fear. Agape asks us a different set of leadership questions. Who am I becoming as I lead? What am I holding too tightly that actually needs to be surrendered? Where am I being invited to choose love over control, obedience over comfort, and purpose over performance? In uncertain, strained, and fearful times, agape love reminds us. It becomes our anchor. It's steadfast and it declares discernment. It reminds us that excellence and compassion are not opposites. They belong together. So as you leave this episode, consider this invitation. Choose one decision this week, just one, where you intentionally lead for the good of the other person, for the mission. Lead with courage, lead with clarity, lead with care. Because when leaders choose agape, they don't just change outcomes, they transform environments, relationships, and yes, lives. So until next time, stay grounded, stay reflective, and keep leading with love, even when the way forward isn't clear. So same time, same place, right here on the flip side. We'll see you next week.